Oilersnation After Dark begins now.
What can you say? This team makes no sense. Buckle in, everybody, because we are about to have one hell of an Oilersnation After Dark, a fully loaded post-game show where I think I felt every emotion under the sun this evening. The Edmonton Oilers, they come all the way back, erasing a 2-goal deficit in the third period, keeping our good moods and their playoff hopes alive. Cup year. It's back on, baby. It was a little touch and go there for a minute. I'll be real with you. It was a little negative down here at Oilers Nation HQ. Wasn't going well here or at Rogers Place. And then the Edmonton Oilers completely redeemed themselves in the third period. And Brett, they defeat the Ottawa Senators by a score of 5-4 on a what?
Overtime winner!
That's right, Cup year. Shout out Evan Bouchard. Shout out the big dogs for the Oilers. Who was I to doubt them in this hockey game? Wow, what did we even watch this evening,
I told you in pre-gaming, 5-4 in overtime. Batherson on anytime.
Brett, give me one more. Bouchard, what?
Overtime winner!
What can you say?
Pulsating action. Down the stretch they go.
Jitterbugging, pulsating. We got
Buzz
everything
in the
tonight.
tower.
Also, Brett, you should press play on this right now. It's a little bit
we're
frozen.
stuck.
Good moods. Somehow we are in good moods after the way that game was going.
I don't know.
I tell you, my notes, they were 95% ready to rip some heads off for this post-game show, and then I'll probably say it a lot. Completely redeemed themselves. I don't even know if that's accurate, but we're being positive right now, and we are trying to enjoy the good energy. ONAD, though, it's a presentation of Bet365 19+. Please play responsibly. Whatever the moment.
It's never ordinary.
When you live bet the Edmonton Oilers come back when they're down 2 goals in the third period. What up?
Yeah.
Come on now.
We did well there.
Boop, boop, boop.
You got, I think, the best number of them all. You bet it last.
Yeah, I got plus 525 on Bet365 because for as bad as the Oilers played, you just knew they were going to find a way to win that hockey
game. Well, no,
game.
you didn't know, but you kind of hoped, and because you've seen it before, because they do this often, and you're like,
Jordan Shrug from the guy that he did in the last dance.
Because they do stupid things, but also they also come back. You know, again, you try to bring sense and logic to this
Throw that
hockey
shit
team.
out the window, Michael Menzies.
If you don't know, now you know.
If you don't know, now you know. The Edmonton Oilers, the #1 reality TV show on the network that we are blessed to watch, 3 to 4 times a week. Life is good over here at Oilersnation HQ because they found a way to dig deep, if you will. Also, you can tell we've added a new prop to the BBL here for Michael Menzies.
The BBL?
And his laptop. I saw him about 5 minutes ago grab a piece of paper and some tape. I knew exactly what was about to go down. But Menzies, we felt every emotion this evening. This post-game show was going an entirely different way. We had to regroup, and I'm curious to ask you, ask it after the start of every post-game. Give me a vibe check right now.
I'm feeling all the emotions, as you should after a game like that, because you watch the third and fourth goals against in the second period, and you're like, what an unserious, what a stupid hockey team.
Joke of a team in
then
that second period.
Yeah, and then the third period, they just come all the way back. They dominate the period, and of course they come back, and then in overtime, Brady Tkachuk tackles Connor McDavid, sends him on the power play. Bing, bang, boom. She's a 5-4 win. Again, here you like statistics? Here's one. Jack related on the broadcast. In their last 6 home games, that is their 4th 6-on-5 goal. In their last 6 home games, that's their 4th 6-on-5 goal.
What a strategy.
They're 5-6-1 in their last 12 home games. They are digging deep. They dig a hole. They dig themselves out of a hole. Again, is this team flawed? Yes. Yes, they're flawed.
Yes, they're
flawed. But they needed the 2 points tonight. this is just how it is. This is how it is.
They
with
don't
them.
ask how, they ask how many. And the Oilers have allowed 4+ goals in exactly half of their games this regular season. But they found a way to get it done, at least tonight. Brett, what's your vibe check right now?
It must suck for Brady Tkachuk to be the bridesmaid to his own brother.
Attaboy.
That is unbelievable. His brother can beat the Oil, but he can't.
No.
Do you have a visual representation of one Brady Tkachuk
Yeah.
hit ready for me? Look at this thumb that we're seeing here on your screen. I have pointed this out before that he resembles a human thumb to me out on the ice.
Yeah.
I then went to your local trusted chat GPT, said, hey, also, that is not my thumb. That is a stock image of a human thumb.
It's not red enough.
I believe a male. Hey, dude. We're going at Brady right now. We're not going at me
Sorry.
for my temperature. But that picture right there is worth 1,000 words. And that bear hug tackle hanging on to Connor McDavid like a monkey at the end of the hockey game. I went,
Easy.
Brett, I think we're going to
Jimmy
be
the
able to. I think we're going to be able to use the thumb picture this evening. And thankfully, the Edmonton Oilers dig deep and find a way to get it done. First things first. There's a lot going on in the chat right now. There's almost 300 of you. So first, throw down your courtesy like.
Welcome.
Make sure you are subscribed to the ON YouTube channel. And I'm seeing some super chats in here right now. We got a couple of them. I see Tammy, my queen. She said, thank the hockey goddesses tonight. Yeah, girl. It's about damn time. Stick taps and hearts for Ben always. Oil and Blue said a simple cup, yep.
Cup, yeah.
And then Josh is in, and he said the BBL is good luck. Michael Menzies.
Yes, it is.
It's seen some ups, it's seen some downs throughout this
It was
season.
clapping tonight.
It's making a lot of sounds right now. I'm worried that paper's going to catch on fire at some point, but
yeah, it could combust.
I'm going to bust. Rusty's also in $5. Never a doubt. Amen, brother. That's why you live bet the comeback. Edmonton is now 2 points behind Vegas. It would be nice if someone would decide if they wanted to win the division. LFG Oilers, cup yeah.
Cup, yeah. Cup.
Yeah, we talked a lot on pre-gaming that we thank our lucky stars that we live in the Pacific Division every single day because you're feeling from one moment in that second period for the Oilers like, are playoffs not a foregone conclusion this season?
You were
grab
wondering.
2 points. And now you're back in there going, winning the division is still completely available because there are still a number of Pacific Division head-to-head matchups to go with 20 games to go down the stretch, as you pointed out, Brett. Shout out to you for that one. First things first, we do have the voicemail line active at the top of the YouTube chat. You see it right there. Click on that. Shout out speakpipe.com. And our intern, Tristan, he will sift through and he will give them a listen beforehand. So be respectful. Not no swearing. Tasteful swearing is always what I say. And
Yeah.
I'm curious, what were you feeling in the second period as opposed to what were you feeling in the third period? And David Attenborough, Morgan Freeman, if you are out there, we would like to hear your beautiful, beautiful voices once again. Now, got to pay the bills here quickly, Michael Menzies.
Please.
Quick shout out to Derek Dodge Edmonton because it is the beginning of a new chapter for Derek Dodge as they are under new ownership. They're bringing a fresh approach, new energy, and a renewed focus on customer experience. And right now, look below you on the screen. Buy now, go to Las Vegas with every vehicle purchase. With every vehicle purchase, try that again, you will receive a trip for two to Viva Las Vegas. You heard that right. Leave the lot with your new vehicle and flights and accommodations for a trip for two to Las Vegas. Derek Dodge, one of the finest dealers here in the city of Edmonton. And that leads us into our headlines. Brett. Jesus. And I'd like to hear some Drizzy Drake. Give it to me. Yeah. It's brought to you by Tim Hortons, a new friend here on Oilersnation After Dark. Roll Up the Rim season is back, Michael Menzies.
Yeah, I've been rolling some rims lately.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Any successful?
Yeah, and drinking some coffee too.
I'm happy we're covered up for this
yeah.
one. I appreciate that.
But I'm 0 for 3.
On cups or no, we'll leave it at that. You can
Yeah.
still play on the cup while supplies last. But do not forget to also play on the Tim's app, which means more chances to win just for doing what you already do, getting Tim's. Roll-up season is only around until March 22nd, so do not wait until it's over to realize you forgot to play. For more info, check out timhortons.ca/rollup. Roll up to win only at Tim Hortons. Now, this game, utterly ridiculous in its entirety, in all 60-plus minutes of it. But even for Edmonton Oilers standards, that was a ridiculous start to a hockey game with so much attention paid to defensive zone coverage, getting out on the right foot. They haven't played a home game in, over a month? And they must be allergic to a good start, is what it felt like. Dylan Cousins, he opens up the scoring 3 minutes into the game. Brett, we got this one here. This is a tough look when you try out a new pairing of Jake Wallman and one Evan Bouchard. And that basic breakout pass from Jake Wallman goes absolutely nowhere. And before you know it, it's back up the ice, down the middle of the ice, odd man rush going. And give Dylan Cousins his credit. He is a very good hockey player. Menzies, this is as bad a start on as basic of a play as you can make right here. What were you feeling? Tough one for Jake the Snake.
It's tough. These chances are tough. I find, ideally the pucks, when you pass them, you want them to hit your teammate's stick.
You want to lead in front of them as well.
And not be behind your teammate there. And there were some brutal breakout passes, D-zone passes tonight that will make your skin crawl when you watch them. And this was one that's really set the tone for the first 40 minutes of the hockey game about what we were going to watch with a team that could struggle to connect the puck out of their zone. And what a snipe. Dylan Cousins having a monster year, getting close to that career high year of a few years ago. So, yeah, they started behind the 8 ball big time, like normal.
Josh Norris, Dylan Cousins. I'm a Dylan Cousins guy through and through because he's on the ice, but he can also do things like that. The Oilers quickly, they answer back. They get a Leon Draisaitl goal. It was... Can't believe I haven't even mentioned it yet. Leon, 5 points on the evening. It was absolutely incredible from our boy here. And sometimes you got to be lucky to be good. You got to be good to be lucky. But Leon's second line just going to work here. Ekholm driving it down low. Unbelievable play and awareness from Matt Savoy to keep that alive. And then Ekholm throws it back in front of the net. And there's Leon Draisaitl into his office. So we're feeling good. We're feeling positive. 5 minutes in, okay, you've at least broken even. Maybe you've erased that brutal start there from Jake
over
Wallman.
that we were, pleading with you, take the over, take it again. Never in doubt when there's, 80 goals in the first 4 minutes of the game, whatever it was. Obviously, there was a few crazy inside-outside type of passing plays, and this set the tone for the Oilers a little bit in terms of how they moved the puck. And just great play by Savoy. Nose for the net. He's in there in front, sees that it's not covered, and bang, he finds the outlet, which is actually behind the net for Ekholm, to then bump it back. And what a great play.
It was unbelievable. Matt Savoy, there was something we discussed on pre-gaming that halfway through the San Jose game, Chris Knoblauch decided to break up that second line of Leon, Matt Savoy, and Jack Roslovic. He went back to the well of Podkolzin and Kapanen, but he started tonight's game back with Savoy and Roslovic on Dry's wings and was rewarded there early on. And I think that trio, but he was Leon Draisaitl leading from the front in this one, and especially in the clutch. Leon kicked it in to a different gear. They were unbelievable, and that gives me a lot of confidence going down the stretch here if the Oilers can find some consistent offense away from that top line or having to throw 29 up with 97. So you leave the first period. Drake Batherson would get on the board. Power play goal. It's a snipe. Didn't overly love how maybe Connor Ingram played it, but those guys get paid millions of dollars too, and that was an absolute rip from Drake Batherson. The Oilers would eventually tie it up 2-2, but this is where I want to unpack the next 2 goals, because for a team like the Edmonton Oilers that for the last month has talked so heavily how much they are focused on their defensive awareness and their defensive impact, clearing the front of the net, being physical, making smart breakout plays, just doing right in their own end and trying to help out their goaltenders, who Ingram struggled less than Tristan Jarry, but I think there's been some struggle from the both of them. And those goals, 3 and 4, were tough to watch. Brett, can you throw up I think it was the second Batherson one. It was the Stützle dangle around in the offensive zone.
Bouchard it up, if you will.
So there's a D-zone turnover here, which is this is just a perfect encapsulation of everything for the Oilers. D-zone turnover from Evan Bouchard. Tim Stützle keeps it in the offensive zone. And you watch a number of Oilers forwards and defensemen simply caught puck watching as number 18 does some circles in the offensive zone, completely forgetting about the back door right next to Connor Ingram. And you feel bad for your goaltender in a scenario like this. And with everything the Oilers have discussed, the performance we saw Saturday against the San Jose Sharks, to have complete breakdowns, brain farts like this is something 62 games into the season that cannot happen. And it will continue to get worse.
Oh, it will, and it will continue to happen.
Because
there's no evidence that this is done.
Connor Murphy.
There's no, unless Murphy comes in with the Connor Murphy effect. Because Paul Coffey is just cooking up just a defensive dream here.
And
as of late.
You want to talk about a defensive dream. Brett, can you throw up the 4th goal for the Ottawa Senators? Because this one is all-time shit from the Edmonton Oilers. As you see, we'll go through it once, and then maybe I'll get Brett to pause it a couple times here, because this is just absolute chaos in front of your net. And I might even say lazy chaos from the Oilers. There are more than enough bodies. They have all crashed down low to, I will put in air quotes, protect the blue paint in front of one Connor Ingram. And here you see it. Point shot goes in front of the net. Brett will pause it quickly here. So yes, Buddy gets available at the side of the net. I think that's Nick Jensen. I believe that is there. Banging away. This is fair. So you're going to see Trent Frederick. He's kind of there in the top of the slot. He's going to go in. That's what you're supposed to do. Just put a body on a guy.
Control-Alt-Delete. He's gone. We're taking him out.
Take him out of the scenario.
Take him out of it.
So now we look here. There is one Ottawa Senators player.
Yeah.
I believe I see 4 Edmonton Oilers players.
Yeah.
Possibly 5. That's right. Jake
There's
Woolman,
5.
I think, is getting crunched in the middle there. So Freddie's out of the play for a second.
If you include Ingram.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I see so much blue in there.
The netminder.
In this moment, Brett, could you now play it one more time? There you go. See a little bit of a battle ensue. Now, there is some bad luck in here, where you see Adam Henrique's stick gets kind of snapped in half. You see Spencer Stastny maybe being held, maybe being hooked. You see Kasperi Kapanen all alone at the side of the net, not doing anything. Freddie making a battle. Woolman is battling in there. So maybe individual efforts, it's, hey, here and there, maybe some guys are doing this. But when you freeze frame that, Brett, with 5 Edmonton Oilers within 4 feet of the Oilers' crease, nobody able to make a play on that puck. I guess Stastny kicked it directly to Nick Jensen, who, bang, immediately puts it on the platter for Michael Amadio in the back of the net. I was fuming. I was yelling. I threw my hat around the room.
Yeah.
I said, how can this team, after everything that they have said before the Winter Games break, during the Winter Games break, the last week, how does that happen from some big name players there from the Edmonton Oilers, regardless what you want to say? It would get better in this hockey game, but Menzies, I was ready to lose it in this moment.
Well, yeah, and of course you should. I mean, this can't happen. This can't happen. And again, yeah, there's holding on Stastny. I'd prefer Stastny's the one doing the holding. You know what I mean? Like, at some point, you're the defenseman in that scenario. You know, dare the official to make that call on a holding situation. You're right in the trenches. And Lars Eller is, ancient at this point, but he's a wily vet, and he makes the play. It isn't called, and good for him. You know what I mean? Like, he makes the play in that scenario. The Oilers cannot allow that to occur with the numbers that they have, especially because Frederick already deleted the other guy. So there's only one play. There's only one option.
Math, but that feels like a battle you should win strictly off numbers.
Woolman being involved in areas where there's these tight net front battles, they're leading to goals here as of late. And Woolman, if we look at the old minutes meter, how about this statement? 11-16 played by Jake Woolman in this hockey game. Before the game, we had mentioned, the deep pairings. We got Woolman with Bouchard. Well, that didn't last long, as we note. And 11-16 total played by Jake Wallman in this hockey game. More than 5 minutes less than the next defenseman in Spencer Stastny. So, no, Wallman's got some things to figure out, not just saying in this play, I'm just saying in general with this game, because this is like a microcosm of Oiler, D-zone shenanigans that are leading to ghastly goals against.
And it's not just one guy. It's not just two guys. It's a consistent team effort. And right, if this wasn't the exact same thing, we are 62 games into the season. I have been talking about this for the entire year, and it's another evening where the Oilers allow 4 goals. You're going to have to score 5 to win. It's a very funny moment on X.com this evening. If you know the blood and crip wars between Ryan Whitney and Mark Spector right now, they've blocked each other. Or I think Speck may have just blocked Whitney, but they tweeted the exact same thing 30 seconds apart that, holy shit, man, another game where, yes, and we'll get into it, there is positives. There is a miraculous comeback here from the Edmonton Oilers. That is just simply not a winning strategy. And maybe it's crazy of me to say because they have been doing this same strategy, deploying it, not even just this season, not even last season, for a large amount of the McDry era, if you will. And
they're saying I've made you negative. There's comments.
We'll get into the positivity in 1 minute because buddy, Menzies didn't even have to be here or not. If that game didn't go that way,
no, I'm turning you.
This would have went. Yeah,
I'm turning you.
It's like the symbiotes in Spider-Man getting inside of me there. Call me Venom. But I believe now, in 9 of their last 11 games, the Oilers have allowed 4+ goals in a hockey game, and I believe it is also 31 games this season they have allowed 4+ goals, which is exactly 50% of the season. Menzies, it will get better in just a second, but this is, I mean, there's not much you can say. I don't know how much you can expect one guy in Connor Murphy. While he is a defensive shutdown defenseman, I think in that very situation, at least I hope, what I've been told, what I've been sold on, is he is going to put a stick into a guy. He is going to take somebody out of the play. He's going to put his body on the line, maybe even put his hand on that puck and find a way to get it out of there. But this isn't just a one-guy addition type thing. This is something that everybody on this team needs to figure out. But the part where I feel so stupid, and we talked about this, like, do you think we saying it every single night? We know the coach is saying it every single night. We know the players know that's what they need to do every single night. It's just not happening right now.
No, and we'll wait and see when it happens.
Here's
I
the
mean, you know, that's we wait, and we wait for the Oilers offense and their big boys to pick them up, and that's what they did again. You know, Leon Draisaitl, 5 points in this hockey game. You know, they get the timely goal scoring that they need in order to be victorious tonight. So look, we're telling the whole story of the hockey game,
top to bottom. So let's get into some positivities.
But I'm not going to come and tell you that the 4-2 goal was a good goal against.
I'm not going to tell you that I'm happy with the Oilers' effort for 60+ minutes in this game. They get the W, and we'll get into it. The next 4 games the Oilers play are absolutely ridiculous. Carolina, Vegas, Colorado, Dallas, 3 of which are on the road. They need to nip that defensive effort in the bud, if you will. I think I said that correctly, and This simply can't hang around if they want to make a legitimate run here for the next 20 games. That's enough negativity. Let's get into the third period because the Edmonton Oilers no quit. And once again, led by their star players. 5 goals in this game. Leon Draisaitl records 5 points, 2 goals, 3 apples, 4 shots. He was a man possessed. He does, I believe, be credited with 6 giveaways in this game, but I'm going to ignore that. And Brett, let's go through some of the big goals in the third period. So third one for the Oil. This was, I do believe, nude.
Yeah, this the whole hat throwing.
You feel bad for the people in the building who threw their hats on this
raised the skate, but
look at that. Immediately that hat went flying.
You know, but they force, it's kind of a force, unforced, whatever, but, you know, puck over glass penalty. And so they take full advantage here. And we knew heading into the game how porous the Senators' penalty kill was, that this was going to be an opportunity for the Oilers to really tilt the ice when they got 5-on-4 chances. And boy, did they ever. Whenever they had an extra man tonight, they were super dangerous in this game.
I love Nuge because every single time he scores an accidental goal, one he's trying to get out of the way or it's a milestone or whatever, he just looks so, sorry, buddy. Like,
Yeah,
he looked over at Leon going, no, it didn't touch me, but it did.
Don't throw the hats.
No, stop.
Throw
stop
them
it.
back. Throw them back.
You feel bad for somebody who threw their hat because that one right there is just locked, loaded, ready to be launched. And hey, it is what it is. It's all for a good cause. It did take a minute for them to all clean it up. And then we talked about people in the arena are going to be real bummed out when they announce Nuge.
Yeah.
You're never bummed
What's
out
going on?
about a Nuge goal. And if anyone's allowed to do that, it's Ryan Nugent-Hopkins.
It was the quietest Nuge I think I've ever heard because everyone just sat there and went, oh, what? What the fuck? I just threw my new 5950 out there.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Imagine a guy threw his hat because he was like, I bet on Leon hat trick. I can go get a new hat right now. Unfortunate for you, but great for the Edmonton Oilers. So that happens a minute 52 into the third period. And for the rest of the way, the ice was pretty severely tilted for the Edmonton Oilers. Shots were 9-3. We had live bet the comeback because you could just feel it. And it's a movie that we have seen plenty of times before. Shut out the crowd. They were getting behind the team, and you just felt like they would not be denied. And it took a very long time, but with a minute and a half remaining in that third, it's Zachary Martin Hyman scoring the most Zach Hyman goal you've ever seen. Barely moving in the blue paint and being in the right spot in the right time. Leon Draisaitl, I'm going to say it a lot. It's your world. We're just living in it. Hyman tries to take 2 swipes at it. Love that celly, the emotion. Rogers Place exploded. We high-fived. Even though I would say for us, it was one of our more tamed high-five celebrations. Wasn't still confident with 90 seconds left to go.
It was almost in spite.
We even said at one point, I was like, oh, of course they're doing this. But
Well, we kind of did feel it. Like the third period, like they were all over this Ottawa team. The Sens, that one rush, they hit the post. You know what I mean? Other than that, they didn't do a whole lot with the puck. They were clinging on. And we've seen, again, their 4th 6-on-5 goal in their last 6 home games. I mean, that's a remarkable stat. It's unbelievable.
I wonder how it feels like in that moment to just go out there. No, you're down a man. You obviously, this isn't a PK. It's 6-on-5, but we know the Senators' numbers not great when they are down a man, and you're go out there, look at that hell of a 6-man crew for the Edmonton Oilers.
Yeah.
Try and hold on for dear life. I thought Linus Ullmark made some unbelievable saves in this game, sliding side to side. Specifically, the guy did the splits 3 or 4 times. But the end of the day, the Oilers tie it up. We're sitting there going, okay, this might be the most crucial 1 point that we've gotten all season because we needed this. And with the current look of the Pacific Division, we'll discuss this more as the show moves along. That was a big 1 point. And then, shout out the thumb, Brady Tkachuk decides to just maul Connor McDavid
Can't keep
down
up.
the wing. I get it. I understand it. I also love that the crowd booing his ass all game long. They let him have it in that
was
moment.
Funny, eh? Just the boos, the boo birds.
It's good stuff. It's good stuff.
You know what?
It's all fair game. Booing is fair game.
You remember, obviously, like when we were younger and like when Pronger would come back and he got booed for a couple of years. There's something about just booing one specific
Feels good.
opposition
Feels good.
player. It's like everyone's dialed in. Oh, he's out in the ice. Everybody get ready. It's a good coordinated moment between the fans.
Sometimes a shared something to hate really brings people together. And I think that sometimes in sports, why dickhead coaches sometimes work as well, because your boys, they all tend to rile up against them.
Yep.
But Brett, bring it here. Say it one more time. How was this goal scored?
Overtime winner!
Evan Bouchard with a power play goal assisted by Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl, because who else put on a tee? Bouchard walks right into this one, felt like a set play, and just by Bouchard's reaction, Menzies, another day in the office. This is his 18th goal of the regular season, putting up unbelievable numbers this year, leading all NHL defensemen. He finishes with 1 goal, 1 apple, 4 shots, and we've had this discussion before, but who is the most clutch player on the Edmonton Oilers, I don't think it's even close. I think without a doubt it has to be Evan Bouchard, because we have seen him do this time after time, big moment after big moment, sometimes in the playoffs. Here we are in the extra frame on the man advantage. The Bouch bomb, that's why you give him 10.5 sheets, people.
It was the full Bouchard experience tonight, up and down, the good, the bad, and the oily. And here he just barrels it in for another overtime winner. You know, Bouchard does, you know, where does he sit now in NHL points? I'm
pulling up.
I believe he's top 10 in the National Hockey League in points. I get it that there's more to the game than scoring, as the Oilers show. But, man, when you need a goal,
he would be 10th.
He's 10th. Yeah, he's 10th in the National Hockey League in scoring. I mean, just... And here, like, as far as accuracy with a hard shot, man, Bouchard does score a ton of these big goals. And, again, you know, we felt it. We felt the comeback coming. The way they tilted the ice, even before this, the classic Oilers winning an expected goals meter was tilted in their favor. And it was nice to see them overcome their mistakes. Bouchard, what a perfect shot. Bang.
Bang. Mike Breen. Bang.
Let's win the game.
Kind of off topic here. Well, not really, but
we love that.
Looking at the scoreboard across the league, the San Jose Sharks were up 5-2 on the Montreal Canadiens. The Alexander Newhook just scored with 5:20 left in the third. It is 5-4.
Go Canadiens,
go!
Newhook. So we got the Sharks trailing behind the
Good
Edmonton
kid.
Oilers.
Interviewed him in Frog Lake one time.
Yeah, BCHL kid. BCHL kid.
Yeah.
Trail Smoke Eaters?
Yeah, I think so. I think he was in Trail.
But sorry, I should say it's not 5:20 of the third period. 5:20 or it
13 and a half left.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, and
There
it's
we
a
go.
1-goal game with a lot of time.
We got plenty of time. Live bet the Sharks.
No, live bet the
Oh,
Habs.
sorry, not Sharks. Whoa! It just moved on. Okay, I thought that's what broke me right there.
What are you
It just
doing?
moved on my sheet. Also, the Avalanche beating the Anaheim Ducks 5-1 at the moment right now. So the Ducks ahead of the Oilers in the Pacific Division.
Scoreboard watching.
Yeah, I love it. Oh, standings watch? No, we'll do that in a minute. We'll do that a little bit later on.
Yeah.
Oilers now back in to the 3 seed in the Pacific Division as of the moment, 1 point up on the Seattle Kraken. However, the Kraken have 2 games in hand, but we're not raining on any
Fake
parades
news.
right now. Fake news.
They're gonna get a point and a 2-1 loss to somebody next game, whoever they play next.
Yeah, and the Oilers once again.
Probably Ottawa's in Calgary next.
Yeah.
I think that's what Brent was telling us.
That is a big loss for the Ottawa Senators as well, as they came into this one 5 points back of Boston for the
Big
final
time.
wild card spot. Now they would be 4 back because they do get the loser point, but
What does
Brent
Sens
Wallace,
Reddit have to say?
Jason York, they were clear. A lot of Sens fans online saying these next 2 games against Edmonton and Calgary don't want to say make or break in deciding whether they are buyers and sellers at the deadline, but it's pretty much make or break. And an overtime loss, not the worst possible thing, but they need a W against the Calgary Flames for them to stay in the hunt, stay in the running, I will say. Now, we haven't mentioned him yet, the Edmonton Oilers goaltender in this hockey game, Connor Ingram. He allows 4 goals, 17 stops on 21 shots for an 8-10 save percentage. Chat, play along. I'm curious what you thought about him. See it there on your screen. He was negative 1.75 goals below expected on the evening. And overall, I thought he was shaky, especially to start the game. He allowed 2 in the first period. The one, Dylan Cousins going down Main Street. That's a good shot from a good player. The second one, Drake Batherson on the power play. It's a good shot. Felt like Ingram might have been a little too far in his net. But once again, don't take penalties. And the other guys get paid millions of dollars as well. Third one, a lot of puck watching going on for the Tim Stützle pass over to the back door. Fourth one, insane scramble in front of the net. So I have a hard time overly blaming Ingram for these ones.
Ingram apologist.
But I think he wasn't good enough. I couldn't give him a good thumbs up in this hockey game because maybe you needed a miraculous save here or there. But, I mean, in the third period, he was hardly tested. Shout out his post as well. He was able to get the win. I don't think it was an overly good performance. We talked about it on pre-gaming that I thought this start for Ingram definitely sent a message from head coach Chris Knobloch that this would be 3 consecutive for Ingram, and that the Oilers, last place, wild card spot, they can't really mess around right now, and they need to win every single game, put their best foot forward, put their best goaltender in the net. I'm curious what you think about Connor Ingram's performance.
Well, it was very just
quality start meter. I'm going there.
And like trending down because that second goal, he's overcommitted. He doesn't have a great angle on the puck, but just comparing it to the Ingram that we know when he's dialed in, like it wasn't the usual calm presence. I'll be very curious to see Friday because, Ingram's coming off a win. Do they go? Was the plan for Jari Friday? What are they going to do? I mean, both goalies are going to see time in the next handful of games. Like, that's going to be the bottom line. So, look, I'm not coming after Ingram. He's my guy. I was on Ingram early. I'm a fan. I like Connor Ingram. It was just so tonight, and the Oilers certainly didn't do a whole lot of helping them in front either. So just a classic. He didn't
lose it for the Oilers. I don't think he overly won it for the Oilers. He was in the net.
When they got backdoor tap-ins that are wide open and D-zone giveaways,
it's tough
stuff
to
like
judge
that.
Oilers goaltenders right now because with this shaky defensive effort in front of them, you literally don't know what you're going to get night in and night out. And I believe it's in their last 18 appearances combined, Tristan Jarry and Connor Ingram only have 4 games above a .900 save percentage. Not ideal, but I do have a tough time sitting here because we need to learn our lessons now, people, after we have pushed out a 26-year-old goaltender who was cheap and went to back-to-back cup finals. Sometimes the team in front of them does determine how the goaltender's final stats end up. Yes, Brett.
I thought Ingram was quite shaky, especially early. Like, you could see it. There were a couple of shots that just there. You mentioned his positioning, Menzies. He was kind of overcommitting on some. But there were a couple shots, like blocker side, that he really reached for and went, ooh, I don't know if
some
that's...
juicy-ass rebounds as well. We went, is that Jarry in the net?
Yeah.
But you mentioned the team giving up too many goals. Actually, Zach Hyman spoke about the Oilers giving up a few too many goals lately. Here's Zach Hyman post-game discussing, are they giving up too many goals?
Yeah, I mean, I think the previous game against San Jose, we were just horrible. We were flat, and then I think this game we were better. There were just some lapses in our game that result in high danger chances, and those are tough. Like, we would love it if the other team would give us lapses like that, right? So for us, it's things that you can clean up just by being sharper, being more desperate, having more urgency in your game. And I think we've shown we did it. In the third period there, obviously you alluded to the 4-1 shots. That's a result of playing better all around.
Yeah, if you're going to get consistent wins in the NHL, you definitely need to up your defensive intensity, I will say. But I feel self-conscious that I've been raining on some parades right now tonight on the post-game show. That's not what we do. It's not what we do here at Oilersnation After Dark. We did also get some news post-game, so paraphrasing here, but Chris Knobloch did confirm that Jake Wallman was banged up this evening, and that is why he did not play a lot in the third period. Quote, didn't feel a need to push him. Interesting. I guess that does make a little bit of sense. I don't know if that totally excuses that first breakout pass from Jake Wallman, but he was fighting it, maybe. I mean, that's an excuse right there. I don't know to what degree he is hurting right now. What's your reaction to that?
So Lazar goes down. They have 11 forwards with the team right now. And if Wallman goes down, Murphy goes in. They have 6 available D right now. Look, it's been the story of the season about how, and the Oilers aren't special in this case. There's lots of teams that have gone through this, but this would be curious about Wallman because, again, there's been struggles. I think the time away with his injuries has hurt him in terms of getting to his comfort level and what we've seen him do before with the team. And so you just hope it's not significant. You know, I didn't get the sense that it was an injury, so we'll see.
Habs tied 5-5.
He scores!
Alex
Newhook!
Newhook scores. Alex Newhook. Montreal
scores.
Hooking them back into this.
Sorry, I got distracted. Chat had me going. That's on you, chat. That's on you. As you were, what were you saying?
Well, just saying that Wallman, look, we certainly hope this isn't significant because the Oilers need a healthy Wallman, a Wallman playing the top of his game as these games continue to get more important. Certainly, that's the guy they extended. That's the guy they've given a lot of money to, future dollars to. And that's what we want to see because he can be an impact player. We haven't been seeing it lately, and certainly an injury isn't going to help him dig his way out of it. So, hopefully this is just a minor ding up, I guess.
Yep, absolutely. It's the
I
way I
hate
would
those
describe
dinged
it.
up.
ding-ups.
It's getting dinged up. Now, you don't want to be overly too harsh on the guy because, as you mentioned, he has dealt with several things this season. Somebody in the chat just said, maybe Wallman and Kapanen should find different careers. No. They just got to continue to battle through. And we all know we saw what Jake Wallman can be down the stretch run last season during the NHL playoffs. I believe he can get back to that point. And there was clearly belief from the Oilers coaching staff, maybe call Paul Coffey, to put him on that first D pairing. I thought it was hilarious. We, Oilers Nation, tweeted out the lineup this evening, and the caption with it was, how long do you think Wallman and Bouchard stick together in this game? And it was about 59 minutes of real time, I believe, before they quote tweeted it again. Shout out Waz or Wanye, and went, oh, there it is.
Yeah.
About 59 minutes. But I do want to talk. I want to hear somebody else talk about him.
Well,
Gush about him.
and just one more quick point of that. Look, they're trying to get Murphy to be in the lineup so that they can see these pairs together. And obviously last year they could never really see the pairs, and it still worked. So look, it's kind of like the whole team. We know what they can be off of what we saw last spring and the spring before then. But it'd be nice to get some time, some reps, some live game action.
It'd be nice to build
with
some
these
consistency,
pairs.
and then I don't have to sit here night in and night out and kind of just be like, well, they could turn it on. They could also piss down their legs and completely miss the playoffs. We bank on so much, and it's what you have when you have 97, 29, number 2, Evan Bouchard. They can just flick a switch. We saw it last year running through the Western Conference. They're down 0-2 to LA. Snap their fingers, decide to get serious. I don't know what was said or done.
Calvin Pickard.
Bring him back. Bring him back. He's still with the team. Shout out Rich Winter.
Did he play today?
Shout out Rich Winter.
Rich Winter propaganda is still.
Rich Winter's been banging this drum. Picks will be. He'll be up in the playoffs for the
Who
Oilers.
knows?
But we're talking Jake Wallman and how his was partnered up with Evan Bouchard. It's about halfway through the game. We saw Bouch back with one Matthias Ekholm. It obviously did work. And then in the clutch, Evan Bouchard finding a way to get it done yet again. Leon Draisaitl caught up with the media post-game with some high praise for Evan Bouchard. Let's take a listen to this one.
What have you seen from Bouchard here in the last, we'll say a few months? Like, he seems like he's hit a different level.
Yeah, I mean, he's as good as it gets in the league. He's up there with the Makars, the Hughes. He does it his way. It might not be as flashy as those guys, but he gets it done, and he is one of the best defensemen in the league. Has been for a few years now, and obviously this year I think he's taken another step, which, is amazing to see.
They know how valuable and how good Evan Bouchard is. I talked about it, that it's been nice. I understand you can make your comments here and there. There's been moments. But for the most part, I'm speaking in generalities here, that for the Bouchard slander on pre- and post-game, I have heard so much less in comparison to previous years. And yes, there was a downturn there at the beginning of the season. There was for basically every Edmonton Oiler on the roster.
That's economics.
That's just the way things go,
There's a
people.
downturn.
But ever since then, what goes down must go up, right? And Evan Bouchard's stock has just progressively risen all season long. He leads the NHL all defensemen in points. He's got a 6-point lead, 6-point gap right now on Zach Werenski. He's 10th in all NHL skaters in scoring, in point production, and we've seen him take ownership of the PK. We see him do this in clutch moments. And the funny point that I pointed out to you guys was that it felt really weird that over 3 weeks where Evan Bouchard didn't play a single hockey game, it felt like he built pedigree, felt like he built some clout. There's a lot of people around the country, Oilers fans especially, going, man, team could really use Evan Bouchard. We do kind of take for granted all these high IQ, unbelievable offensive plays from Bouchard. And even he has been much more sound defensively this year. It's been awesome. And now, of course, because I said that, who knows what's going to happen the next 20 games? Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. No, it's...
Punisher!
Yeah, the Bouchard experience is a unique one, and
But are you picking up what I'm laying down, or do you disagree?
I'm with you. I'm with you. Look, Bouchard, there are the glaring moments that no one can argue are good, but there are so many moments that are very good. And you live with the bad because it's a net positive, and having the puck on your stick as often as he does makes him an elite player because he can handle it. And look, on the third goal against, it's his miscue. Don't get me wrong, but look, he can make up for it by scoring a goal. He can make up for it by, translating the puck up the ice quickly. And sometimes it's taken for granted that is just a universal skill that all defensemen have. Look, if you think it's universal, look at 25. It's not, it ain't.
That don't grow off trees, people.
It ain't. So, look, Bouchard, if I don't think I would want anyone else on the Oilers blue line, and I'm saying this across the league, if they need a goal with a minute left, whatever, I want him in the blue line. Because he has this also uncanny knack of holding pucks in the zone.
Athlete. I yell it all the time when he does it.
He certainly does, and that is such an underrated facet to those type of moments and comebacks, and don't show up on box scores. So
I hate to do it, but I sat there and watched Canada in those winter games and just went, man, if they had Evan Bouchard, they would be at least, especially in those games where they needed to tie it late. I sat there and went, if Bouch was on this team, I would have no doubt this team was tying this game because he is the most clutch player we have seen in years. And he wins those games. And tonight was Exhibit A.
100%. Lance Canes in the chat says Bouchard is the most clutch player I have ever seen in an Oilers uniform. And you're right. He does it not just scoring goals. It's keeping the line, snagging pucks out of the air, making a diving effort here and there. And Bouchard's been incredible. There's been some discourse online, recently that Evan Bouchard, is he having a better season than Cale Makar? I would argue yes. Now, maybe at the end of the day, if you take their whole body work and careers, you'd go, Makar's the better player. But both things can be true. Bouchard is having an unbelievable season, and I do not think is getting enough Norris Trophy love. I think he keeps this up, especially down the stretch run of the season. And then it's funny, somebody in the chat points it out. Yeah, man, he does all this and even better when they get to the NHL playoffs against the tougher competition in the clutchest of moments when the pressure is on. I love Evan Bouchard.
Well, that's the thing that didn't make sense about one aspect. Yeah, okay, maybe you can have arguments not being on the team. But no defenseman is played in more high leverage games than Evan Bouchard in the last 2 years, unless you're going to say, Aaron Ekblad, that Team Canada could have chosen. You know what I mean? Of available choices, he's been in these situations how often, and is consistently, in these clutch moments needing to make a big play. So, look, there's times he gets lost. If there's one word I have for Evan Bouchard in general that encapsulates it all, it is unconscious. he has this like unconscious quality to his game because the big moments don't get to him because he's got the same type of like body language approach. It's what sets him up for success often in these late game scenarios that can sometimes be his, Achilles heel if things don't go well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
I said it a lot during the NHL playoffs last year that, during the regular season, maybe one of Evan Bouchard's worst qualities is that it looks like he's not trying or that he doesn't care because he is just so flatlined on emotion, and that maybe you don't like that during the regular season. But that very no emotion is arguably his greatest asset in the playoffs, in the clutch, in the biggest moments, because you don't get too high or too low. He is just constantly the same guy trying to make the same plays, and that it's hilarious to call that consistency, but it is from Evan Bouchard.
no, but that's him. You know what I mean? Like
it's almost
that's who
him.
he is.
He is him.
He is him, but it's almost apathy. Like it's almost apathetic. He's almost apathetic to everything, where you just sit there and go. And it's funny because the joke is there's not a lot going on behind those eyes. And I think that kind of goes into his favor because he sits there and goes, I'm just here playing hockey. It's awesome. The other thing, too, is
Next play mentality.
Exactly, 100%. The other thing, too, with Evan Bouchard is I know he gets dragged for his defensive play, but there's nobody else on this team that is better defensively at breaking up odd man rushes. He is unbelievable in odd man rush situations, the way that he's able to break up plays, kill plays, move the puck up after he kills the play as well. I know he gets a lot of flack for, again, seeming almost apathetic in his own end, which I'm not saying that he doesn't look apathetic in his own end, but you see the little things, and then you see the rush situations that he's able to break up. It's very impressive.
I think he defends one-on-ones, and there's always going to be people who are going to go, Aaron, you're an idiot. Look at this highlight. Look at this highlight. Look at this highlight. You're always going to have lowlights. Bouchard, for the most part, let's just early, way more good than bad and worth every single penny that the Edmonton Oilers gave him. Also, Brett, it's back. The Pete Blackburn tweet from last year where he said, every Oilers game is like watching somebody start a bar fight by immediately giving the other person a gun and then kicking their ass in self-defense.
Genuinely my favorite tweet
It's
of
the
all
greatest
time.
tweet of all time, Pete. I love you. And it gets funnier and funnier the more this continues to happen.
It's a Clint Eastwood movie. I mean, he's coming in, he's
Calling
he's
ambulance,
over, man.
but not for me.
Yeah. So.
Verbal meme.
Oh my God, this guy's jumping me with a gun. He's dead. He's dead.
He's dead. We got him. It's all over now. It's all ogre now. Shout out Shrek. Let's go to the Good, Bad, the Oily. You guys like that one? Good, Bad, Oily, brought to you by Oodle Noodle and the Nation Vacation. I believe the contest is still live. Go to oodlenoodle.ca.
Excellent.
Download the app or go in store. Eat some delicious noodles. You can also earn your way onto the Nation Vacation. Come hang out with me, Tyler, the crew. Pangsy's coming. Walls is going to be there. I think Eli, Kennedy, Jay.
Not me.
Not Menzies. Not saying the people who aren't coming. BM. Rick.
Sorry, fuck.
I don't know who else.
People are gonna ask.
People are coming, Menz. You and I'm bringing the BBL though.
No,
Might be a
whoa.
couple BBLs down at the Circus Swim
You
pool.
better buy an extra seat.
Has anybody ever seen a BBL? We were discussing this earlier.
Yeah, like an IRL BBL. Have you encountered? Have you come
Also,
across?
can't stop singing BBL Menzies. BBL Menzies. I love when we go a cappella here on Oilers Nation After Dark, but I bet the people don't. Let's roll back in the good this evening. One, Leon Draisaitl, the best player on the ice, the most productive player on the ice, finishes with 5 points, 2 goals, 3 apples. He's got 4 shots on goal and 22:59 time on ice. He got it done 5v5. He got it done on the power play. Got it done in the clutch as well. Involved in every single goal tonight for the Edmonton Oilers. And it's just like, for the most part throughout the game, there was moments when I went, Leon's solid, but maybe not like anything special. By the time you get here, the end of regulation and overtime, and you kind of, holy shit, he was involved in every single goal on the ice this evening. He was a man possessed. Shout out to Leon. I don't know what else to say. He was awesome.
Yeah, and
He was good.
And again, I said this last week in reference to McDavid and scoring 100 and the 9th 100-point season, whatever. I didn't think Leon Draisaitl was especially better than usual tonight.
No, I don't. That's what I was kind of trying to say there.
But I mean this to his credit. Like, I mean this as a compliment that this guy could just walk in and it's like, yeah, you watch the game, whatever. Yeah, he was pretty good. Oh, what, 5 points? It's just, we take it for granted. Like, just the inevitability about how these guys, create offense. Tonight, that line was spectacular. I thought each piece was really going. Rosovic could dial in the sights a little bit with the shots, but, we were fretting about maybe going back to Podkolzin or Kapanen. Not to say anything bad about Podkolzin, because I really liked a lot what he did tonight, but I think that line can be just super dynamic and really create a lot of offense.
We talked about a lot that I just feel.
Honestly, I think you could give Draisaitl just 2 schmo. Like, he just makes. He could make chicken salad out of chicken shit, anytime. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
He is just capable. And any allegation over the years about, he rides coattails of McDavid, blah, 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 it's just wrong. It's just incorrect.
He has done this year after year. Warren Fogle got 20 goals. He's taken Pods, Kapanen, and these guys to new realms. Ryan McLeod had some of his best years with Leon Draisaitl. And that line, you mentioned it there again, Matt Savoy, Leon Draisaitl, and Jack Rozovic, they had an expected goals for percentage of 89.24%. Oh, they were unreal. Shots were 8-3. Goals were 2-1. And once again, it wasn't like Podkolzin was bad on the third line. I do think, and you touched on it, I like the way you said it, that he could be a play driver in a checking line on the third line, that he can drive the forecheck play. He can get in on these energy shifts, and that Podkolzin doesn't necessarily need Leon Draisaitl to be a positive impact, positive asset for the Edmonton Oilers, because his game is just... He can do a lot of things out there, and he brings the lunch pail, hard hat type mentality.
But Colson playing on the left side, Frederick playing on the right side on a third line with maybe a third line center to be named later. That resembles a checking line.
That does it for me.
That feels like a checking line. Frederick's game was, okay tonight.
It has improved. It
has markedly improved from what we've seen in the past. This more resembles the player that they gave a lifetime contract to. So, it's good to see. It's good to see. This is what they need. The answer is Frederick plays better, because there's no other answer. And he is doing that. And I think Podkolzin is capable. To his credit, as time has gone along, he resembles more of a checking forward that can play on that type of third line and fulfill that role.
Pods has been awesome. He can do it all.
And I don't play Warhammer, for those wondering. I don't play video games, really, at all. I know this is a gaming laptop. It was a good deal.
It's a good process.
It was a good deal.
What do you use it for, then?
Not much.
The funniest thing is, I have the... Yeah, don't answer that. Don't answer that. I have the exact same laptop.
It says BBL.
And I also do not play video games on it whatsoever, but it's good to, when I'm trying to produce shows from home or trying to do this and there. For whatever Menzies doing, I don't know about that.
I'm cutting clips.
What? That makes that sound. But that second line, the good is Leon Draisaitl. It could also be one Matt Savoy. And head coach, one Chris Knobloch, spoke to the media postgame talking about what he is seeing from the youngster in Matt Savoy that's made him so effective out of this Winter Games break. Let's take a listen.
Well, I think for a young guy in the league, he'd been playing a lot of hockey, and when we started the year, we assumed he was going to be with our team for the year, and we wouldn't have to send him down or anything like that. And of course he did, because of some just with cap issues and that stuff. But going into the year, we thought that he was going to be a good player for us, but we thought there was going to have to be times where he needed a break and not play every single night. And, he played pretty strong where he didn't need any breaks, and he just continued playing. But I think this, the Olympic break it benefited a lot of guys. I think it really benefited him. And you think it'd be more beneficial for the older guys, but I think it was just a little time off for him, and he could, get his energy levels up. And yes, and since the Olympic break, he's been, the best hockey that I've seen him play.
I love the chat during a Nobby interview where he's singing Matt Savoy's praises.
Well, Matt's playing well. He's finding more to his game, and he's really helping the team. And we trust him. We trust him, and I think he's just scratching the surface.
Did you ever watch Malcolm in the Middle back in the day?
Yeah, I did.
Stevie is the guy who, whenever he talks, he has to go and take the deep breath. That's how I feel sometimes when Chris Knobloch speaks to the media. Also, love Malcolm in the Middle. Great show. Throwback.
It's coming
to
back.
Is it? Actually?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. It is. But without no Dewey. No Dewey.
Yeah, Dewey. Sans Dewey.
Also, Scrubs is back. I was a huge Scrubs guy growing up. It's fantastic.
Can't do it because the main blonde chick stood up Ted at the altar. And
Sarah Chalk. Fucker. I don't want to give away a spoiler to the first episode, but you're going to hate her even more in Scrubs. Same kind of deal, going down. Also, Sounds in the Room. Shout out Chris Knobloch for that. They're brought to you by Swiss Donair, home of the old school Donair with options. If you want some flair, open for 25 years and now open 7 days a week. The pride of the North Side, Swiss Donair is great for your events at home or office. Check out their location at 8308 144 Ave Northwest or order online at swissdonair.com. We are still in the midst of our good, bad, and oily. We discussed good. Leon Draisaitl. Should probably call that great. Second line as well. The bad in this evening, feel like it's pretty obvious. We went with the defensive effort from the Oilers, and that's, I'll say specifically, those 2 goals in the second period. The third one, the entire team caught puck watching. Tim Stützle doing loop-de-loops in the offensive zone. Everybody forgets about backdoor. And then that fourth goal, completely egregious. 5 Edmonton Oilers, 6 if you include Connor Ingram, within 3-4 feet of that crease, taking on 2 Ottawa Senators players, one of which Freddie did take out of the picture.
Yeah.
And it's just that effort, that type of, that sight, that low, I don't want to call it a highlight, that's a low light. You look at that, and if we had time, I'd combine that with cut-ups of every interview they've given recently, being gotta be better in the defensive zone, have to have more effort, can't leave our goalies out to dry, with whatever that was.
It's tough.
Once again, They did find a way to still get a W in this hockey game. We're in the bad part of the segment, and this was truly awful.
It's tough. It's tough.
Brett, get that off the screen.
It's tough.
Andrew in the chat just pointed out that the actress is from Ottawa too.
Really? What an interesting
Sarah Chalk?
coincidence.
Yeah, the one. Yeah.
That's crazy. That makes so much sense.
Yeah, I'm out on her. I'm also out on defensive effort like that.
Well, buckle in. Because until...
Yeah, who am I saying? It's been 60 games.
I mean, this is ride the roller coaster. You paid your admission. We saw, okay, your height is good enough. It exceeds the minimum. You're ready to be strapped into the roller coaster and enjoy the ride. And here we are.
How naive were we just over a week ago being Paul Coffey, new look defense. There's going to be an uptick in effort. They're going to be scared of Coff. He's going to knock some sense into him here. And really, we have, besides the LA game, we have not seen really much. Well, we've seen it in bits and pieces, but once again, you need a consistent 60-minute effort without those lapses.
Here's the thing, too. Yeah, because it's not like this is a throughout the game thing with this team. It's just that the glaring issues are majorly glaring. Because overall, again, not to get out the stats here. Here we go. Ottawa, 5-on-5, 8 high danger scoring chances. That's a very reasonable, very solid amount.
Remember the Anaheim game? They had 6 high danger chances. They scored 6 goals.
Well, that's exactly it. It's so it's this mind bender of what do you think about this hockey team overall, it's very hard to analyze because, again, we know this team can be better. We know they can, and we know they can dig themselves out of holes, but why not dig yourself in a hole?
Well, how would I live bet the comeback then, my Menzies? How would I
You
get
know what
plus
I mean?
525 on Bet365?
I get it.
I'm willing to try it out. I am willing to experience this for the next 20
Let's
games.
entertain on a Tuesday night. We haven't been home in a month. I get it, but still, I think the fans would have sufficed for competent, comfortable.
I'll take a 3-1 front to back effort, full of dump and chase hockey. But you're just not going to get that right now. And for us to think 60 games into the season, we're going to see different. Maybe we will. Maybe they will flick the switch. That's the only thing we have yet. It's the only thing we have left to bank on really here for the Oilers and they could do it. They really could. But my confidence in that it's lesser than, but it's still like cup year.
Cup year.
Thank you. With good comes bad. And with bad, with oily, we went with the comeback kids. I think we've had this as the Oily probably 8 or 9 times this season because they'll continue to do it. Honorable mention, shout out Vasily Podkolzin for just going out there and beating the shit out of Ridley Gregg. And
he'd be my choice.
A quick 1-2 there, and Ridley Gregg, give him some credit. He was holding on to Vasily Podkolzin's right arm if his life depended on it. Because if he let go of that right hand, we know what Pods can do. We saw 2 good shots right to Ridley Gregg's bridge of his nose right there, and he held on. Pods couldn't get it free anymore, and then they ended up just throwing in the towel on the fight. That could also be Oily. We've talked about the comeback kids and their ability. Menzies said to me earlier tonight, he goes, I still don't totally understand what the Oily is. And I went, now you understand.
Yeah.
Now you understand.
You know the Oily when you see the Oily.
You can feel the Oily. The Oily is a state of mind.
All right, P. Diddy. Still, there's someone in the chat.
Touch my skin.
Wise Kyle.
It's dry.
Wise Kyle, you are making me laugh when I read the comments. We just haven't read out all the.
He did make me laugh earlier.
But Colson has become the bodyguard. He's become the bodyguard. He sees something he doesn't like. That was a hard hit on Ekholm. A little late, a little dangerous. He steps in. He doesn't. He's not waiting for permission. He's not waiting for permission like Trent early in the season was like, well, I was going to fight a guy who's got 1 goal. Again, I'm not trying to pick on Trent Frederick all the time. He stepped up and he's answered the bell several times. But Colson doesn't wait.
But the thing
He
is,
doesn't fuck about.
well, especially with that one, because I saw people go, well, I mean, it was a clean hit. Why? A clean hit, absolutely. No one's saying it wasn't. But it's a veteran who's being run over right there, and a guy who leads that team inside the locker room. You're standing up for him.
And the very thing, Brett, you and me specifically, beginning of the year, first couple months, night in, night out, talking about why will nobody on this team have the balls to just grab somebody and ragdoll them and get some emotion going in your favor. And I like from Podkolzin, yes, in my opinion, that hit was clean as hell. There was nothing wrong with that hit.
Great hit.
But there's also nothing wrong with taking exception to that hit and dropping the gloves. Now, Pods did take the extra 2 minutes in this one where you can have your opinion on that. The Oilers took 3 minor penalties in the first period. Not a good idea for long-term success. But when Podkolzin here in this locker room, they know that he's going to do that. He's done this several times before. And when you consistently go out there and defend your teammates, killing that penalty is maybe a little bit more motivating than it is for a high stick in the offensive zone 200 feet away from your net. And Pods, I have thoroughly no issues with it whatsoever. I also don't know why anyone would want to drop the gloves with Podkolzin, especially Ridley Gregg. Like, respect. The ball's on you for doing that, but he found out very quickly that Pods is not to be fucked with.
Well, you let him know that it's not a choice.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, hockey's not necessarily a game about what's right, what's wrong, if that's correct, whatever. If you're on a team, like, look how Florida even plays. Anytime anyone will get near the blue paint, there's a chokehold, a face wash, whatever. It doesn't matter if it's right or wrong. It's about you see a potential liberty being taken against one of your top players, and you take exception. That's part of the game. That's part of what builds a team. They have to kill a penalty. Well, then kill the frickin' penalty then, and come together. That's what builds a hockey team.
Come together
right now over me.
Yes,
Boom, 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 boom. It's not like baseball where there's cardinal rules, and if you break a cardinal rule, if you break a cardinal rule, it's mayhem.
Well, yeah, there's the code, but it's different.
Yeah,
and there's different.
You plunk the star player, your other star player's getting plunked too. I get that. What is it with Ridley Gregg and just trying, like, running around and doing something stupid and then immediately eating something in the face? Pause. He's really good at that. Pause. Good for Ridley.
Yeah.
You're gonna end it there.
And Greg with an eye. Grow up.
I've been down on him since the second Gladiator. That's a really deep joke.
Nope.
Really,
Oh, that's good stuff.
There's a soundboard over here
Time
somewhere.
to segue for that one. And let's go to the jeans. Menzies joke just now. Brought to you by Wilhock Beef Jerky. Only the finest tasting meat products earn the Wilhock name. Made from 100% Alberta beef. Their jerky is aged, seasoned, smoked, and marinated to savory perfection. They gladly fill orders of any size, and you can find their jerky, sausage, and other products out of their Leduc location. And for more information, head on over to WilhockBeefJerky.com. If you're new here, come. All right, you're good on that one. If you're new here, the jeans. Who was the LVP out there in the hockey game tonight? Who looked like we pulled them out of the crowd wearing their size 40 to 42 jeans, plopped them out on the ice?
those are big.
That's what I think you might get out of the crowd. That's the kind of person I'm thinking you might see in the crowd.
I'm sorry. What was that about waistlines?
Yeah, jeez Louise.
Fuckers.
I have an idea. Do you guys have anything off the hop?
Who's wearing the...
I never wear jeans. I could never be uncomfortable.
I have a hole in my pants. Quit looking. Stop it.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Black underwear.
Menzies _4 if you want my letterboxed. There's a lot of letterboxed
At
chat.
Boardsy Bear as well. I do want my letterbox to be
That's my
followed too
handle
now.
for a variety of social media, in case you're curious.
I almost made a letterbox last night.
Really?
There you go.
I'm going to.
What held you back?
I need to update my phone.
Fair enough. So a lot held you back. For me,
I had to
my
close so
number
many
one
tabs.
jeans candidate in this hockey game is the thumb, Brady Tkachuk. Pull it up one more time for me, Brett. I want to look at it because to be the captain, the leader of the Ottawa Senators in a time where they need wins, they need 2 points real bad as they're on the outside looking in on the bubble for the Eastern Conference playoff picture, and for him in the clutch in that hockey game to just say fuck it and tackle Connor McDavid down the wing, inevitably putting the Oilers on the power play and inevitably putting the puck in the back of the net from one Evan Bouchard. I thoroughly cannot get enough of it. The crowd was all over Brady Tkachuk in this hockey game, as feels like the entire country of Canada kind of has been very recently. But hey, when you make a play like that in the clutch in overtime, I wanted it so bad. We had already prepared the thumb image, and when he tackled him, I went, please, God, please
Dare
let
I
them
say
finish
it's a
this one off.
thumbnail
Oh!
tonight? Oh,
Dare I give that a thumbs up? I should have put Brady Tkachuk on my thumb.
I'll make a jeans type pun for the thumbnail.
I didn't have another one.
Because he has
coffin
bad genes.
With Bouchard. No, sorry. I'll just keep.
Scores!
I'll just
Jeans
keep going.
candidate? Who do you got?
Well, no, I just want to say about Tkachuk, Wise Kyle said before the game that he was mogging for real, but it sure looked like he was mugging for real on the... got him. Now, what do you do? Just the whole fourth goal against,
Everybody on
I
the ice
want
is
to
wearing
assign, a whole warehouse one trip.
a big
for
pair
them.
of Jankos that could fit all 5 players in the ice under it. That's a
Yeah.
new ChatGPT Photoshop I will work on for next game.
Yeah, yeah.
Brett, anybody for you? Jeans candidate? I'll look through the chat here as well, but...
No, I'm looking through the lineup today, and I don't really have one. I kind of enjoyed everybody tonight.
What do you think of Henrique?
Didn't notice him.
Yeah.
Didn't really notice.
He's
not,
just-
not enough for me to sit there and go, that's
No,
my Jeans
no,
guy.
it's
And
just-
I think that's kind of my thing too. Maybe I shouldn't say I kind of liked everybody. What I should say is there wasn't anybody who just really stuck out like a sore thumb. Maybe Spencer Stasny, honestly. There was a
Yeah,
lot of times
that's
where he
kinda where
sat
I'm-
there and went, oh, Spence, not where you should be. So I guess really that. Also, maybe I'd give my jeans to just the Curtis Lazar injury in general.
Big time.
Again, unspoken, unsung hero. I don't want to say that he's really contributing on the score sheet or anything like that, but I enjoy watching Curtis Lazar play hockey, and it's going to suck not having a guy like him in the lineup for a little bit, at least for a week, as he gets evaluated for this injury here. But I think just the Lazar injury in general heading forward, but that could mean there's some moves coming down the pipeline for the Oil.
That's a good jeans candidate and one we haven't talked about enough here on ONAD. So this is a Jim Matheson tweet. He said, Curtis Lazar was hurt early. Quote, he took a hit and couldn't continue. He will be out a week, if not more, end quote. So we know the Oilers going to be down and forward. We saw Kapanen was banged up earlier in the week as well. And as for Lazar, Brad, I like you point that out because, yeah, he's not nothing to write home about. He has no crazy offensive production on the season, but Lazar, Curtis frickin' Laser Beams Lazar, has been a consummate professional this year for the Edmonton Oilers. He has been hungry on the forecheck, good in the dot, wins some big draws. He's just been consistent, energy guy that kind of, you throw out the fourth line, you get a couple momentum shifts. He's also scored a couple big goals as well. And you look back to the summer when the Oilers, they signed Curtis Lazar or whatever the deal was. There's a lot of us around here in the office going, oh, that's cool. The old former Oil King, you didn't know how much of an impact he would actually make for the Edmonton Oilers throughout the regular season. But here we are, man, looking at how many games he has actually played this year. He has played 38, now possibly 39 games on the year, almost half of it. Kind of feels like found money. And once again, nothing crazy to write home about, but that's a loss for the Oil on the fourth line.
Well, and mainly lately, like a lot of those games, right? Because Lazar he's forged his way into being essentially an everyday player for the hockey team. So there was speculation that Mangiapane is already on his way to Edmonton. Obviously, there's a lot that can happen between now and Friday, and so that's where it's tough speculating on what they might do because there could be multiple trades that happen between, then and now that will obviously impact the forward groups.
Well,
right?
you want to talk about speculation.
Let's speculate.
Bob Stauffer just tweeted
Tweet
out.
he just tweeted? Yeah.
What did he just tweet? Oh, no.
For what it's worth, I don't see any way Jordan Binnington ends up in Edmonton by Friday, but it's just his guess.
Bob had it first.
Bob
So
did
this
have
does
it
not
first.
happen on Friday. Let's all remember and give credit where credit is due. 2-1 Bob Stauffer. Once again, I feel like the Oilers, they've made their bed in the goaltending crease right now, and they're going to have to lie in it. Connor Ingram, you're my 1A. Tristan Jarry, I still hope to believe in you one day, but
what if the
I'll leave it
Oilers
at that.
offer? Leave that for tomorrow at noon.
Stuart Skinner back on
Yeah.
ONE. You can talk all the trades you want, which actually, great segue. Brett, we do have the trade deadline coming up this Friday. Tune in to Daily Faceoff on their YouTube channel. It's going down 9 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, 11 a.m.
Early morning
Eastern.
for you tomorrow.
Yeah, I fly out early morning, Toronto, to be in person for this bad boy, producing this entire thing. Should be an awesome show. We got everybody from the Nation Network joining this bad boy.
They're bringing you up
all
early. They're
over
bringing
the
you up
country.
Wednesday for a Friday show.
That's right.
Fuck, what a company.
I can't wait to be
Wow.
wear my robe in my hotel room. Also, Friday night, we have an Oilers game. I think I still have to do the show, so maybe I'll do it from my robe
from
in the hotel
Eastern
room.
Standard Time.
That's right. It's going to be a late one. Maybe a couple brewskis for the boards, man. Who
Oh,
knows?
man.
And I have an early flight Saturday morning heading back to Edmonton.
How
You
early?
don't care about my flights.
I
You
do.
should care about the Daily Face-Off deadline show. Come on, it's going to be an unbelievable time. Keep it locked on the DFO YouTube. And then for Oilers Nation News on Friday, we will do the show on DFO. And then once it's over, usually, I forget what time, it's like 4 or 5 hours we go for. Depends how many trades trickle in late. Feel like we're getting a couple trades early. NHL GMs, stop doing stuff. I need 4 hours to fill on Friday.
You were dying for Cole Smith to wait till Friday.
Rats. Oh! Take Cole Smith off the big board, Oilers fans.
We may as well say this McCarron trade for a second rounder.
Oh, my God. That's my jeans tonight. That's fucking stupid.
That's a wild deal. So if you didn't hear, the Minnesota Wild acquired Michael McCarron from the Nashville Predators for was it a 2028 second round pick? Everybody loves the 2028s right now. Who knows why? But
get in.
McCarron, no offense coming from that guy. He is your prototypical bottom six, defensive, physical, can fight. Did not see a second round pick being the price for that, which as an Oilers fan and a man who is on the market for a depth bottom six possible centerman, don't really like seeing that second round price.
I don't know.
Screw you, Billy G.
I feel like McCarron is like the Trent Frederick of Nick Bukestad's.
It's actually a pretty good description. It's actually a pretty good description.
You know what I mean? Like
there ain't much.
He's got 12 points in 59 games, 73 PIMs. Minus 15 on Nashville. Second, it just seems rich, does it not?
It seems very rich, and a price that, I mean, when I saw this news immediately, the three of us went, "Yep, happy the Oilers didn't pull the trigger on that one." I mean, the player, a fine player, he could definitely be serviceable and help this Oilers lineup. I got my eyes on. I don't necessarily want to say
bigger eyes on.
Bigger fish. Who do I have my eyes on? So I think at this point we're looking at strictly bottom six. I think 3C is the role I'm looking for. The realistic. So what did Bob's tweet out recently? He may have said on his show in the most cryptic way possible. He was it's a guy who gets paid between 2.5 and 3.5.
Yeah,
he's in the Eastern Conference. He's not on the Maple Leafs. Like, who are you talking about?
I just love when Stoffer lists a line of clues.
Like, right now I'm trying to sit here and immediately me, Ty, and Liam are like, well, let's break open this clue. Let's try and find a way. And some names we thought of. Kirby Doc was mentioned.
Yuck.
I'm not in on that one. Cody Glass was mentioned. I need to do more research on the player, but for my surface level research I did earlier today, semi-interested, but once again, I don't think the move the Oilers are going to make is going to be anything that knocks my socks off.
Well, what about Jeff Merrick? Jeff Merrick thinks they could be the team of the deadline. Was that just Jeff being a media industry professional?
Maybe you should tune in to our Friday Trade Deadline show on Daily Faceoff, which will be hosted by one Jeff Merrick.
I want you to text me when. No, you probably can't. You're producing.
I'll be very busy.
Show. I will text you if I'm listening or watching at the time while we're in the pit here. When, and not if, but when Jeff Merrick says the name Sammy Paulson.
I can't.
You got to build a checking line like the 07 Ducks. You got to do it.
I could use a guy like that.
Travis Moan of the deadline.
That was a great team, though. Like low key,
that was a
great team.
Earlier today, we were talking about that very Ducks team because they played the Senators, right?
Yeah, they did. No.
Blast from the past.
Did they?
Oh,
Did they?
Final, yeah.
Yes, they did.
Yes, they did. That's right.
Was it
Patrick Lalime or Ray Emery in that?
Rest in peace, Ray Emery.
Yeah,
Rest in peace, Ray Emery.
Pour one out. Also,
I think it was Ottawa Buffalo East Final.
Totally was. Or no, that...
It was close.
Was that the Oilers?
Well, Buffalo was in the East Final against Carolina.
Didn't Ottawa play Toronto too in that, or was that
not in that? Those were all before the lockout. Those were all before the lockout.
Yeah, because the Canucks. I remember going to bed when the Canucks played, and Dan Cloutier would play. I loved Dan Cloutier growing up, but my dad would watch the game as I would fall asleep. But I'd roll over away from my dad and watch the game with my eyes open. He never knew.
Great save, Alex Hall.
Oh, damn it! I was going to say Alex Hall.
Now, let's take a moment. We're going to talk Dan Cloutier. We got to talk his mask.
Unbelievable mask.
When I played lacrosse at a very young age, I got because those are goalie masks like that. They do it. I wore it for 2 games because my dad was he just had it.
Yeah.
So he put it on my thing and I was like, I'm like Dan Cloutier. Playing forward lacrosse, completely different sport.
I hate it.
Still
I hate it when lacrosse players wear that because I remember in the late 90s, early 2000s they wore that. Yeah. And that was bullshit.
Swag points up 1 million.
Anyways, away from our mid-2000s conversation.
Well, I'm just thinking about,
Deadline.
look, I do have a soft spot for Bobby McMahon. I do. I have my
really do,
Homer
too.
reasons. I have my Homer reasons. He's from a half hour away in Wainwright. He's a Bonneville Pontiac. I'd love to see it happen. I'm a little leery because they've just traded for a rental. I'm worried about applying all these assets for rentals.
Not to play a little insider baseball here, but it's not really. But
Holden.
calm your jets. But a certain
The third mutt. That's so rude. That's such a rude thing to say.
Damn it! You blew my cover.
He just cooked your ass.
You blew my cover. You always wondered.
Yeah.
You always wondered who the second mutt was.
Yeah.
It was me. But a certain media member traded me Bobby McMahon in our fantasy hockey deadline, kind of with the poke in the prod that he might be a very good Oiler. So not gonna name who it was, but
Name names.
no, I'm not gonna name names. But you know who it is.
Yeah, I was going to say. Bobby McMahon, that's one I'm without a doubt interested in. It just feels like that's kind of lost steam since about a week or two ago, and we've heard rumors here and there. Once again, it's just rumors. That's why it's
I do hope, just in general for Friday, that there is, and I'm not even saying for the Oilers, I'm just saying in general, a complete, like an off-the-board trade. That people are like, holy shit, like Marion Gaborik, we didn't think he was available. He's being traded. You know what I mean?
Gaborik.
Yeah, I remember that.
Gaborik to the Kings. Like whatever. I'm just saying that like that's what makes deadlines fun, is like the prospect of the unknown.
LeBron tagged the Oilers with Braden Shen today on The Athletic, which is nuts.
See, I still don't know way. Like, if you would have asked me at the beginning of the season, like, who's an ideal target, I would have said Braden Shen from the get-go.
Yeah,
Brett has been with
100%.
me the entire way because he is your prototypical playoff performer, right? The guy is big. He's mean. He does have offensive skill. He can put the puck in the back of the net. The issue for me, and what I've maybe been told more, I'll be real with you, don't watch a ton of St. Louis Blues hockey games from night to night. Hand up, accountability here. But from what I'm hearing, what I'm reading is that maybe Braden Shen might not be the player that I remember him being at this point in his career, and that the price you might have to give up to acquire a Braden Shen could be pretty hefty. But I don't know, man. He's one of those guys that I feel like has ice in his veins. He's a clutch performer. He's a guy who plays hockey the right way, will be physical. He'll beat your ass if he needs to. Will play whatever role you want. I just don't know what the price is going to be for that.
If you're going to pay that price, I would much rather pay that price for Ryan O'Reilly. And obviously there's different GMs. I just don't get the sense that Stan Bowman and Doug Armstrong are going to make a hockey trade together. I don't get that sense because I feel it's a little awkward, a little awky, where Armstrong be like, hey, remember when I stole those two young players from you? Because your president...
Bowman has his number blocked.
Yeah. Because your president wanted Matthias Janmark and the boys, and didn't want to prioritize the youth.
Jeff Skinner,
you know what
Victor
I mean?
Arvidsson.
You know what I'm saying? So I find it hard to believe. And again, time heals all wounds.
Oil Tangs in the chat says Vegas treats their players like elementary school lunches. I'll trade you this if you have the dad's cookies.
That's
Trade
true.
you my banana for your snack bag.
They do treat it like it's a fantasy team or something where it's, we could just move this piece for that piece. And that has shaken up the hockey world.
I think I'm more tentative with my fantasy team than the Vegas Golden Knights are. They have millions of dollars on the line.
Yeah.
No emotions. No tied to anybody about anything. So keep it locked here on ON for the rest of the week. ONE will have plenty of mock trades, plenty of trade discussion. And then on Friday, that will come your way. Let's go now. Boardsies Bankroll brought to you by Bet365 19+. Please play responsibly. I don't like when I say that. You go... Because, yeah, that's fair enough. Download the app today.
We handed out some winners, though.
Use the promo code NATION, NATION, whatever the moment.
Being
It's
a good
never
teammate,
ordinary. We live bet the comeback.
We did?
Down 4-2 in the third period. I got plus 525. What did you get?
500 plus.
What'd you get?
500.
I got a rock.
Yeah, Holden got a rock there.
Plus 400.
Hey, it's still good. A win is a win is a win. We appreciate that. As for Boardsy's bankroll, no win. No win this evening.
Woman.
So we went with...
You should claim it was an injury and, DM them and be a total see you next
Bet365.
Tuesday
So I
and
will
get in there and just be...
I will tell you this. I know the inner workings of Bet365. If in a hockey game your player gets injured in the first period and is out from then on, you will get a wash on that one. But however, it would look like...
Should have went with Curtis Lazar.
Shoot. Oh, that actually would have been sick. No, I did just check. Nope. They gave me the red X on Jake Wallman for 2+ shots on goal.
Complain.
We also wrote Darnell Nurse, goal scorer. Sadly, that did not happen.
Well, you've been trying to zag.
We had Evan Bouchard, first goal scorer. We should have picked the last goal scorer for Evan Bouchard.
Yeah.
And we should have known that. It's happened plenty of times before.
We
but
both advocated for the over.
We did?
That was, again, it's now 11 consecutive games, 7 or more goals scored in an Edmonton Oilers game. I told you 5-4 in overtime. If you had an exact score, I didn't have the cojones to bet it, but if you had an exact score...
He told us what was going to happen.
I'm on a heater.
And none of us listened.
I'm on a heater.
Hand up, accountability. And I also did over 6.5 and Oilers money line on the side bet as well. So very profitable evening here on Bet365.
And good not betting the puck line, which we thought about, but we weren't super convinced and
Wasn't confident.
That's good, but that's you don't win, but we didn't lose, and that can be.
And it's about the friends
Just
we
as
made along the way,
yeah,
Michael Menzies.
that's right.
Truly, truly is. While we have a lot of friends here, reminder, throw down your courtesy like on the video. It really helps us out with the algorithm. And, of course, make sure you are subscribed to the ON YouTube channel, the Sauces YouTube channel, Daily Face-Offs YouTube channel. You guys got any YouTube channels you want to plug?
Brett Holden.
We're just trying to think of a joke to make, and we all pulled back.
Yeah, we did.
Feel that.
Brett Holden, my demo tape from 10 years ago is on there.
I think
Don't
I had
Jordan
Bordato,
Peterson's
maybe?
got some good stuff.
So there's this great Alberta Separatist podcast.
I'm just going to take off the logo here for a second.
Shout out Bet365. Whatever the moment, it is never ordinary. Now, favorite part of the show.
Here we go.
We got to sit back
Buckle
and enjoy
in.
them. For podcast listeners, I just put on my seatbelt because it's time for voicemails, and they are brought to you by Dog Patch and the Nation Night Out that is going down Friday the 13th. Next week is the Edmonton hosts St. Louis. No, takes on St. Louis. They're traveling to St. Louis, but we will be live downstairs at Oilers Nation HQ at Dog Patch for a Nation Night Out in support of Kaleo Collective. So I believe pre-gaming's at 5 p.m. The game starts at 6. We're going to enjoy some beverages. We're going to enjoy some food. And if it's a Nation Night Out, tend to think we're probably going to be going out after this one. Hopefully the Oilers, they pump the St. Louis Blues. That would be a very good start to my night out Friday.
Biddington gets the win. 31 saves as an Oiler.
Talk about Freaky Friday.
There,
Talk
yeah.
about Freaky Friday.
Yeah, who knows?
Is there any hijinks we should plan for Friday, March 13th? It's Friday the 13th. Any pranks I could plan ahead of time? Chat, let me know if you got anything.
Any hijinks? Yeah,
Hijinks if I tell everybody. It won't. Let's talk about this off camera.
Yeah,
Let's talk
I
about
think
this
so.
off camera.
I think so.
We got to pull it back. Producer Brett Holden, it's your turn to take over the show now, buddy. Couple voicemails. We love and appreciate you all in the chat. You see the link on the side of the YouTube chat. Shout out speakpipe.com. Click on that. Let it rip.
SpeakPipe.
Don't.
I'm just saying
Stop
the name
it.
of the website.
Stop it.
Jesus.
It's always trouble when you start
And
saying
Bert,
shit.
it looks like we have a healthy amount this evening.
We do. We actually have 6 voicemails
We got
today.
a full pipe.
Fuck.
Nice. That was good.
So we're going to start off with an old friend of ours. Just get him out of the way. Our first caller, Dre.
What up, Oilers Nation? What up, Bordsy? What up, Menzies, Bread, Battle? Gotta give you guys a shout out too. That's the kind of game that we want to play. Not really, though. But hope will never die. There was no point in that game where it was like, oh shit, we may not win. Nope. We were going to win that one every time, baby. Cup year.
Cup here.
Cup yep.
Cup here.
I don't know if we cut him off there.
Yeah.
Got to end your voicemails on cup years because you know me. I'm gonna rip. It's like a sneeze
the
right
exit.
after that. Now, for Dre here, and that's kind of what pisses me off sometimes about the Oilers is like they could play that bad. They allow those 2 goals in the second period. Complete dejection. Like I'm just broken there. I'm angry. I'm frustrated. And you're like, yeah, but it doesn't matter because they can still find a way to dig deep, dig in, pull this one out, and completely redeem themselves. Where at the end of the day, I don't even know what to say anymore. You just live bet the comeback and meet at the cashier, Menzies.
They got that BDE.
Absolutely. BBL, Jason. BBL Menzies. BDE Menzies.
What?
All right, second voicemail.
What? Sorry, what did you just say? Alrighty, moving on to the next one. This is from David, and no, I'm pretty sure this isn't Attenborough, but it very well might be.
We need to let Nuge build a solid third line as a center rather than winging him with McDavid and Dry. It might be a hot take, but I think it's needed. The third line definitely needs help. So does the fourth, but that's another problem.
That's definitely an option. Once again, we know Nobby's affection for 93, 97, and 18. And I think if the Oilers don't make a significant move at the NHL trade deadline to acquire a defensive-minded 3C, exactly what we've talked about on every show, I think you could see number 93 be swapped down there, but as of this moment, they're trying out some different things, different guys in different spots. You saw Szymanski there tonight. You've seen Rico. You've seen Roslovic. Nuge can play it. We know he's capable of it. Just feels like right now the ideal scenario is to keep that top line, one of the best top lines in all of the NHL together. Although I will say, those 3 recently, more so defensively, had a little bit of a downturn in their production and their skill, whatever. But I think 93 is he's still more than serviceable on Connor McDavid's wing, and he can still put up points like it's his job. But Menzies, it's an option. I just think it's one we won't see until after the trade deadline. Also, obviously, they don't play again until after the trade deadline.
Yeah, so that's bold analysis by you. But there was, a few weeks ago, I was definitely feeling that way, that it was high time. I don't know. I'm really of 2 minds. Like, you could convince me either way. I haven't been super thrilled with Nuge's game lately. So, if you tell me that they slot him down and maybe put, I don't know, unless they're going from the first floor to the penthouse with Kapanen in terms of tonight's lines, or going to put Savoy, I don't know. I'd rather keep Savoy. You want to try to keep some consistency, but again, this whole lineup is like a lot of Lego pieces that you can build up in a lot of different ways. So, look, I'm of 2 minds about it right now, as I am with this entire hockey team. They kind of put you through a mental blender because things that should be up are sometimes down, and when they're down, they should be up.
That was beautifully put.
Sharks won 7-5.
Yes,
tonight.
They did.
Yeah.
That's honorary genes, the Canadians.
4 points
We'll
for
go with
celebrating.
4. There's no 5 for Leon Draisaitl.
Yeah.
What up?
Whoops.
Moglin Celebrini says, "Why is Aaron so red?"
I don't know what it is. This camera has given this red pallor.
See, and I mentioned
I'm
this.
sorry.
I mentioned this on the last After Dark and pre-gaming we did for Matrix, and the chat went, "Wow, Borgie doesn't look so red."
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm pasty white. Okay.
No, this is true.
As I am.
Yeah.
We gotta figure it out somehow in this room, but
I'm
we
not
also
beating
do
any
have a fan on
allegations
us.
here.
I know. I just, yeah. Anyways, I'm not going to mention it because everyone's going to say. But Mr. Burns did say the BBL made him blush. Anyways, moving on to the next voicemail. This is from a good friend, and I'm super excited to hear this voicemail considering we've already heard Doug Waite talk before. This is from Shooter McGavin.
Hey everyone, how's it going? It's Shooter McGavin. I hope the game was well. I missed the whole thing, except for the overtime. That was good. I hope everyone's doing good. Bordsy, I love the After Dark show. Menzies, I love that laptop. Holy shit, that thing is huge. Anyhow, I hope everyone's well. You guys take care of yourselves.
I feel like a CBC editorial should be written.
Is that regulation right there?
Yeah.
I don't know what you got there. What you packing? Shooter, we love you. I love hearing your voice. We love to
do with all that.
we love to
chuck inside your laptops.
We love to give you a hard time about Shooter McGavin because you say some ridiculous things from time to time. But as do I, as do we.
Yeah.
We love and appreciate you. And to be honest with you, that's sick that you missed the entire game until overtime because you eliminated all the stress. You got all the glory. I wish I could do that, and I didn't have to watch all of that as well. But
not a bad move.
It's my job to do this.
Sometimes,
So gotta do what you gotta do.
Honestly, for me, it's kind of good. Sorry, it's an inside joke only for me. That was Mario Pouliot, 2-time Mem Cup champ, who was Pontiac's coach briefly.
Happy that made you laugh. Moving on.
For me, honestly, Tabernac.
He's still going. He's still going. Next voicemail. This one's coming from Andrew, and Andrew has a pretty interesting opinion.
So with all this talk about Darnell Nurse being really bad at defense and, you know, all that crap, what about putting him as a forward? Could he play that? Could he do well in that role? I don't know. But, like, honestly, what do we have to lose at this point?
The Stanley Cup. Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl, my respect. No, you can't put Darnell Nurse at forward. I hate how often I hear this about Bouchard and Nurse. That doesn't happen. That doesn't happen in any sport. You don't just be like, man, well, I guess Tim Tebow became a tight end. And a very terrible
He
tight
retired.
end.
He went to play double
He
A.
played baseball.
Yeah.
He was an outfielder.
And that didn't work either.
It didn't.
I love it. Darnell, we know he can play better than what he has played recently, and I don't think he'd play better as a forward. I'll leave it at that.
I just don't know what you see that are like, no, these skills would be better enhanced as a forward.
The amount of times that I see people say you got to move this defenseman as a forward as if they're Dustin fucking Byfuglien is nuts. Because remember, Dustin Byfuglien started his career as a winger, I'm pretty sure, and then moved back to defenseman and became an unbelievable defenseman.
Yeah, like 13 goals at one postseason with Chicago, winning a cup, and then was a thrasher defenseman.
Guy retired to go fish. What a king.
Yeah,
Absolute king. But what do you guys think about Evan Bouchard, Emily? Sorry, that was a joke. Fuck. Sorry. Anyways, Yash.
Whoa. Glad you found that funny, Brett.
That means I get one for me.
Yeah, you get a free one.
This next one's from Aaron. We have a voicemail, second last voicemail coming from Yash.
Bordsy, Mr. Menzie, Producer Brett. I just have one question for all of you. What the hell is wrong with this team? It's getting to the point where after these kinds of wins, I don't even feel happy anymore. I just feel more confused than anything. Confusion is the main emotion I feel after wins now. It's been quite a past 24 hours from Connor Murphy being traded to Edmonton. Everyone in the fan base fantasizing over how he's going to save his defense, and then he doesn't even play tonight, which, I mean, fair enough to him. Fantasizing over what bottom six forwards we're going to get, and Vegas trading a third round pick for Cole Smith, Minnesota trading a second round pick for Michael McCarron, a bunch of rumors going on today. It's been quite a day in the National Hockey League, and keeping up with everything, it's given me quite a headache. So yeah, just please answer me. What's wrong with this team? Why do I feel the way I do after these games? Anyways, thanks guys. Cup yeah.
Cup yeah. Also, don't worry about those trades, buddy.
Also, you can see the fan on the screen right now.
That was what I wasn't going to point out earlier. Shut
the
up.
Only fans. The only fan.
That's why I kept reaching my hand over to fix it, and then I realized it wasn't going to be on you.
That was Yash, right?
Yes.
That was Yash. Yash, let me lean in for this. I don't know, dude. I don't think we're ever going to know why are you the way that you are, Edmonton Oilers. That's just, it is what it is. You can watch every single game. You can expect it like we did. You can even profit off of it on Bet365 and Live Bet the Comeback, but it will never make sense. I completely pick up what you're laying down when you said, I feel like not even happy after they won this hockey game because you're so frustrated and confused in how they can't keep getting away with this over and over, but they can keep getting away with it. They've done it all year, all last year, years previous. You just either got to get on board or get left behind because it is what it is for the Oilers. I wish I had something more clear and concise, constructive to tell you, but I don't. It's how it goes with the Edmonton Oilers, Menzies.
You're not alone.
Yeah.
You're not alone. I feel the same way as you do. You're not alone. And this is why we come together, That's
why we do this show.
It's why we commiserate, we celebrate together. We ride the ups and downs on this roller coaster of a hockey team that will zig and zag us until we're nauseous. So you're not alone. And that's the key. NBC cares.
Together. We will do this together. Brett?
Yash put in
Amen.
Yash put in the chat saying, "Hey, I made a meme about that. Brackets, I have a news account followed by Oilers Nation."
Oh, a news account.
Plug the news account.
Ooh, yeah, plug the news account,
buddy.
You
can't just tell me about the news account.
Yeah, Yash, why don't you dox yourself? Tell us. Tell us what accounts you run.
What's your address? What's your
Battle
postal code?
also made some memes tonight.
Battle made some amazing memes.
We can't share them.
That it was during the second period or second intermission when things were going horribly.
We'll be keeping it.
Thankfully, we didn't have to use them.
Yeah.
But we will keep those in the holster because they are A, sad, and B, hilarious. Which makes it more hilarious.
And still in the V-Mix.
Yeah. Keep them at the ready.
Got that dang home.
Ready to rock. Alrighty, in the last one, I feel like we got to bring the vibes up, boys. We talked a lot about what's wrong with this team. Well, Dukes, I think, is going to bring the vibes up.
Let's go.
Let's hear it, Dukes.
Mate, that was really fucking good. Like, really fucking good, To start with, it was kind of not good, then it was, a little bit good, and then it was, like, fucking really not good, but then, it went all right for a bit, and then it was really fucking good. Play La Bamba, baby. Motherfucking cup, yeah! Let's go, Oilers.
Cup,
yeah! Cup, yeah. I always have to wait for Brett to tell me when they're done talking on the voicemail, and I can scream cup, yeah. One more time. Cup, yeah! Cup, yeah! Let's go, boys. I mean, yeah, it was good. It was also awful. That's the Edmonton Oilers, baby. That's just another night at the office for the Oilers Nation pre- and post-game team and these Edmonton Oilers. Menzies, fantastic show, my friends.
The account is called the Oil Report on Instagram. I'm just going to go.
He runs the Oil Report?
I'm going to go report it.
This is a fake account. This isn't who runs.
Yeah. Spam.
Make him throw up his document.
We don't like competition, so
his real name's not Oil Report.
It's fake
news coming out of Oil Report over there. Fake news.
Honestly, the Oil Report is a soiled report. The way I see it, it is fake news. More from the liberal fake news media.
Final thing we do got to shout out before we're on our way out. It's Truck Month, people. Shout out to GMC.
That's
Truck
not
Month
fake
at
news.
GMC. Truck Month is on right now, and if you've been waiting for the perfect time to upgrade your ride, this is it. The 2026 Sierra 1500 Pro Graphite Crew Cab is built to stand out and now available at 0% financing for 72 months. Is that 5 years? Is that 5 years?
Yes.
Nice. Me and Matt.
It's actually 6.
Well, would you look at that?
12 months
That's
in a year.
a very,
12 times
very
6.
long time. I'll tell you that. So shout out to GMC. Shout out to Truck Month. Get in on it now before the deals are
Don't
gone.
you hate that, months? It's like, that's 6 years. You know what I mean? It's like when we were watching a furniture commercial as a kid, there's no payments until 2012.
What do you mean?
How can I lose?
Yeah.
What do you mean 2012?
United Furniture Warehouse.
Nice. Let's get more jingles on
Those
this show.
commercials used to scare me as a kid. I used to run out of the room because this is serious. I'm not even joking. They used to frighten me. I used to run out of the room. I had nightmares about United Furniture.
Do you guys remember that
pussy?
Whoa!
Do you guys remember that show? It was on Treehouse. I want to say it was like it was a childhood show, but they were all like dancers and they had clown makeup on and they were like a kid's toy house and they would like dance and throw on like musicals and stuff. No? Okay.
I like
I'll
the
go
big
fuck
comfy
myself.
couch.
I love that show.
Molly?
Shut up,
I was
Molly.
a Zaboomafoo guy myself.
Zaboomafoo. Great
Battle
show.
love that. Battle snapped his fingers so fast right there.
We got him stern in the pit there. That's good.
Everybody, name your favorite childhood TV show, and that's what we'll head on out. We love and appreciate you all.
I had
Throw down-
nightmares about United Furniture Warehouse. He is so soft. He had nightmares. They said nightmares about furniture. I said, well, that is really soft. It reminds me a lot of Crooked Hillary and Sleepy Joe Biden. Who
Nightmare.
He's
All right, boys.
asleep watching.
I gotta be on a flight nice and early in a couple
Yeah.
hours, heading out to TO. I love you all. You,
Safe
you,
travels.
and everybody
Enjoy
in the chat.
Toronto.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I haven't been as an 18-year-old. I haven't been as an adult to Toronto, so I'm very excited. A couple beers should be
But
a
you're
good
not
time.
18.
The Toy
I'm 30.
Castle. It's called the Toy Castle.
Oh,
Darian
I
had
totally
it.
know what you're
The
talking
Toy
about.
Yeah,
I've
Toy
heard of
Castle.
that before.
It
All
was
right,
a fever
you're not
dream.
as weird as I thought you were. Thank you. Still weird. That'll do it for us. Courtesy like, hit it on the way out. Make sure you are subscribed to the ON YouTube channel. You will not hear from me on any show until Friday morning, and then possibly Friday evening
Thank
for
fuck.
more pre-gaming and post-gaming. On that note, why don't I shut the hell up? Peace out, people. Talk in a couple days.
What's up, Nation citizens? If you enjoyed today's episode of Oilers Nation Every Day, make sure you hit the subscribe button here on our YouTube to not miss any of our content. We got you covered from interviews, insight, analysis, everything you need to stay up to date on everything around the team. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a video.